What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm out here today with my tech disc. All I'm working on right now is standstills. This is a drill I had seen from Loopghost on YouTube. Check him out if you haven't. He's got some really good drills. When I first started playing, I watched him a lot. So for this drill, what I'm starting with, start with my feet just together, playing together like this. And this is just stuff to work on bracing. So if you start here, you're gonna reach back, do your pull through, and try to not fall over. So if you're not falling over, you're bracing, right? So just like that, knees pretty much straight. I've got a slight bend in them, but for the most part, they're straight. That was 50.8 and 1072. So I'll start there, just getting the feel of that with my knees, with my legs very close together. Just kind of letting the body throw the disc. 49.7. Then what I'll do, basically barely spread your feet apart and just touch your knees together. So just like this, to kind of create some stability, lateral stability from the left and the right. So you're pushing your knees together, barely feet apart, just enough where you can press the knees together. And now we're trying to build that A-frame that you see the pros get into, with their knees coming in closer in together as they're pulling through. So we're creating that through this standstill drill here. Knees touching together. I totally feel a lot more brace. I'm sitting back naturally when I do that. I'm not trying, if you try to do that without letting your hips drop, it's very hard. So I'm bending my knees in, kind of sitting back. Now I feel like I've got a more stable frame to throw from. So let's throw some of these. So it's a little more stable than just standing straight. 53.1. So I'll do a couple of those, try to find a little bit more speed just from here. And I'm thinking about like pushing my feet out. So like pushing my feet out, pushing the weight away from me, from my center to brace. Just like that. And so I've already done this. I'm just kind of showing what I did. 53.6 or something. And then now where I'm at right now in this drill for this evening, I've spread my base out even a little bit more. So I'm getting closer and closer to where the pros are. Obviously their knees aren't touching in their throw. So I'm trying to spread my base out a little bit more, keeping my knees close together like this, and trying to throw pretty hard from there. What you'll notice with this, if you're keeping your knees mainly in, you know, this one wants to go back a little bit, which is what you want to happen. You're loading the weight back if that knee does go back. The problem I have, I don't bring the knee back in all the way as I'm throwing. I leave it kind of straight. So I'm losing that power from my left knee and leg drive. So you'll set the base like this, but when you reach back, you'll notice my hips are basically facing this way. And my back, I've rotated my shoulders farther behind me, so I've got some great separation between the hips and the upper body, and that's how you're able to generate some power from this position. So let's throw some from here. We should get close to 60 with this wider base. You can already tell that was a lot more powerful.
61.6 miles per hour, 1,248 RPM.
So that one was 61.6. 1248. Just by spreading that base out, I gained about 6-7 miles per hour on my throw. So I'm going to work that in. Maybe try to hit a 65 from this position. Really let your body separate. Those feel so much more powerful from doing that. 64.
1,269 RPM.
64 on that one there. closing in on 65. Do a few more. Just really letting the knees be close together. A lot of separation. I'm gonna also try on this one to watch the disc with my head. I don't want to turn it early and leave it behind, so we'll try that as well. See if that helps us get that 65. I don't think that hit it, but we'll see.
62.9
Yeah.
miles per hour.
That was 62 and 1327 RPM, so that's pretty solid spin on that one. Do it again. That might have done it. Maybe 65 with that. Definitely over 62.
62.9 miles per hour.
62.9.
1,318 RPM.
1,318 RPMs, and that was -2 nose angle. So I find this drill really helps with my nose angle being down too. So I think there's something to it when you're properly centered, because you notice I'm not like leaned back on my back leg or way back. I'm not falling over the top. I'm very centered. So I think a lot of nose angle issues are from people that are like teeter-tottering. They're maybe like coming over the top, if you will, with their body weight. They're loaded back on the back leg. They plant and load far on the front leg, and their nose angle gets messed up from that. I think if you stay centered, like this drill shows you, it helps with nose angle. So something to think about if you're having problems with your nose. I've noticed mine, for the most part, is very consistently nose down on these. So, all right, trying to go a little faster. 64 something was our PR so far doing this today. A lot of separation, a lot of speed. I'm really trying to push
64.3 miles per hour.
64.3. I'm really trying to like push away with my body as I'm coming through to then explode the disc out. So that's why you don't see me falling through like that. A lot of guys falling through, some are doing it properly. They've done the proper rotation and they're falling through. But if you're falling around with this left hip and bringing it around before it comes in, then around, you're probably losing some power from the brace. So let's do a bit more, and then we'll try something else. Try to hit 65 first from this position. Be very good. Big pushing into my knees. When I bend my knees, I can feel my feet with a lot of ground force pushing away from me through the ground. So you want to feel that. You want your legs to be working in this throw, not just standing here. So I'm going to really push them this time. Really load them up. See if that had any effect on the throw.
64.6 miles per hour.
Nice.
1,261 RPM.
So that was 64.6. Let's do that again. Really loading the legs, driving the feet away, pushing my knees down and together. Then next we'll spread our base out a little bit more. Maybe that's what we need to do to find a little bit more speed. So pushing away, toes slightly pointed in more. We don't want to be open like this. We don't want to be riding the horse. We want to be turned in to give us that angle to push against. I feel like I lost a little bit of speed on that one.
61.0
Yeah.
miles per hour.
61. And I think on that one I just kind of deloaded too quick. I didn't let the energy fully build in the throw. So fully lock in the knees. A lot of leg, a lot of leg. Oh.
64.2 miles per hour.
64.
1,279 RPM.
I mean, I'm consistently hitting 64 from there, so I mean that's solid. 1200-ish plus spin. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, I'm gonna spread the base out even a little bit more. And when I do this, I feel my body weight kind of shift more onto this leg instead of just staying centered with my head over the center of my body. So gotta account for that and make sure we catch that on the pull through. Okay. Whoa. That felt good.
61.6 miles per hour. 1,313 RPM.
61.6. So you've got to be really patient with the tech disc. I mean, I try not to throw it every day, but you just want to throw it, man. You know, you get out here, you get excited, and you're really trying to improve. But yeah, I'm getting blood blisters and stuff on my hands, so I'm trying to pace myself a little bit more. But 61.6 on that one. Same thing, wide base. Got to get used to this. I mean, if it's not going to help, I'll go back close again. A lot of separation. Leave the elbow loose on this one. I have a tendency to like tense my elbow up.
65.2 miles
There we
per
go.
hour. 1,433 RPM.
Wow, that was super good. So you can see just by building up, working up from where I started, I just hit 65.2 miles per hour with 1433 spin from a legit standstill, no one step. And that was negative 1.5 nose angle as well. See if I can get it to pick up here. So that's very solid, man, for a drill like that. I mean, that's the drill. That's the bracing drill. Start with your legs close together. Throw from there, trying to keep yourself from falling over. Then barely spread your knees. You spread your knees and feet apart. Not quite shoulder width, not quite as far as you would do like a box jump or jump onto something. A little bit closer than that, just enough to drop your knees in. You'll feel your hips sit back. And from there, do some throws from that position. Then take a little bit more, a little farther step. Drop the knees. You'll feel everything come down with the hips. And throw some from there and spend some time in those positions. And that's it for this session. I'm going to call it there. I feel like I made a lot of progress just doing that drill today on bracing, and try it out. Let me know in the comments if you tried it, or if you have any thoughts, any other drills I should do. Just trying to work on my spin. Right now I'm trying to ideally hit 80 miles per hour, but I'll be happy if I get a consistent 72, 73 miles per hour and can get my spin consistently into the 1400s, maybe 1500s. I've hit a high 1500. I've hit a 1631. That was kind of an outlier. I've been in the high 1500s since then, but that was just, I don't have the speed with the spin yet, so that's what I'm working on. So yeah, think about subscribing if you'd like. I'm going to be posting more content on my journey. Next year I'm going to be starting a Road to 1000 rated, and also I'm going to be trying to qualify for the USDGC next year. So a lot of work's going to be put in. Most of it will be right here. We'll keep posting rounds of when I play courses and breakdowns for tournaments I'm playing. I've got one coming up here in November called the Neatman Classic, and that's at the #1 rated course in North Carolina, Neatman Creek Disc Golf. And it's put on by my sponsor, Back9 Disc. So check them out, back9disc.com. Look it up on UDisc, Neatman Creek Disc Golf. And we've got a guest here. This is Goldie. He's a cat that come up on the house. So if you need a cat and you're local, we've got him. He's a great cat, but he is outdoors. So yeah, we'll close it out there. Thanks for checking it out. Let me know if you have any questions about this drill. I will tag Loopghost in the description, the YouTube channel that I got this drill from, and wanted to apply it, make a video for my channel so you could see how it's working for me and how I've just used it to get up to 65 miles per hour and 1440 spin from a standstill. So awesome. Check out the tech disc. Stay tuned for the next one. Thanks, guys.